All right, Oliver, for some reason I had the impression that this section of the footage was in that video, episode 6, but it wasn't. So I had to remake it. I could have sworn that I had already done it. Anyway, I'm going to add to video 6 in the name of 6.5, and I'm supposing that for anybody who watched video 6 before this gets released, they're going to think I'm a knucklehead for adding all those heat shields to the refueling craft and then not using them. Like, they're thinking, what the hell is all that for? Why doesn't he just, send up a normal ship? Well, the idea is that we're going to use fuel to get out to the moon, we're going to use fuel to rendezvous and dock, and then we're going to use the atmosphere on the way back to circularize our orbit and save ourselves probably a good 800 meters, maybe 900 meters a second of fuel, so that we can build the whole assembly a little bit smaller and save some money and cost and refueling trips, because we still have to refuel the refueler from the Kerbal ground. So in the end, I'm a knucklehead, and here we are. So the process of aerobraking, we get these heat shields in place, and obviously in game they're overlapping, but in reality we can make believe that they're a perfect fit when they get deployed. And the idea is that we can dip into the atmosphere enough that we can lower our apoapsis. And then here you see that dipping into 51 kilometers is about 19 kilometers into the atmosphere from the Kármán line, or the edge of space, and then we're going to come back up to our apoapsis here, and I don't want to undeploy the heat shield, so I'm going to use the RCS thrusters to raise our perigee, because if we dip in that deep, there's the Kraken. If we dip that deep, 51 kilometers in the atmosphere again, we're going to end up losing enough orbital velocity that we just stay inside the atmosphere and our orbit decays, ultimately leading to a crash or burning up in the atmosphere. So we're going to raise it up to about 61. That's a pretty good guess. Not a lot of atmosphere up there at 61, but we really only want to lower our apoapsis down to about 130 kilometers or so, and then circularize so that whatever ship we send up to refuel our refueler can conduct orbital maneuvers pretty easily. And there's a good example of why you don't leave space garbage in, because it is in very close proximity to us and it could have crashed into us and ruined the mission. Or mostly we just don't want to do it because Matt Lown might kick our butt. Finds out we're leaving space debris around. Alright, looks like we got our apoapsis down to 128 kilometers. We're going to go ahead and stow our heat shields, fly up or coast up to our apoapsis, and then throttle up our engine just a smidge to raise our perigee up and out of the atmosphere and close to, but not a perfect, circular orbit, and then wait for any follow-on refueling missions. So there you have it. Sorry about the delay.